everyone. How many of you have conflict in your life or in your office? I'm sure it comes up from time to time. I know it has for me. I learned a skill years ago from my mentor that really helps in conflict management. Would you like to know what it is? 5-step conversation, as you can see here. So it's a great tool for relationships in your personal life as well as in the practice. So how does this go? It's a good idea to plan your conversation before you actually have it so that you're prepared, and then it kind of helps keep your emotions at bay. So the first thing you want to do is start where you can agree. Maybe that will take a few minutes to think about, well, where do we agree? I'm not really sure. But you'll want to think of some things that you can agree on and start with those. Some people say start with a compliment, but if that's the first time you've ever complimented someone, not a good idea. Then you don't want the compliment to come with a takeaway, like, you look really great today, but your hair, so the compliment is just negated right away. So the next thing you want to do is start with the facts. After you reach where you can agree, which can be an example of like, we all want our patients to be treated well, or we all want our family to get along, go to the facts. Have you ever been in an argument with someone and they said, well, when did that ever happen? And you have to kind of backtrack and figure out when that was. So if you start with the facts pretty soon in the conversation, you're going to have a better chance of success. So if you say, you know what, on Tuesday with patient so-and-so, you had a confrontation. Or on Tuesday with your team member, there was a situation that happened, and this was the facts. This was the story. So you're prepared with the facts. You're not giving an opinion about those facts yet. You're just giving the facts as they are. Okay, so then step 3, as you can see here, is share your feelings about the facts. So it might be in I statements, not you statements. You statements are attacking, like, you said this, or you don't trust me, you hurt my feelings, you made me mad. Those are fighting words and escalates the situation. So let's not do that. So let's say, I am frustrated, or I am upset, or I'm confused, or I need help, or this isn't working. Something like that, so that you feel like you're on the same page. And you're not confrontational in your presentation of the situation. So the next thing is, what are your solutions? So a great way to start this is, if you were in my shoes, how would you handle this? That gets them thinking. This is great to use with kids too, teenagers. So if you were in my situation, how would you handle this? And that is a great idea. You want to engage them in the solution instead of just telling them what to do. So for some personalities, if you have introverted personalities, they're going to need a little bit of time to think about this. So you might say, okay, well, let's get back together tomorrow at 3 o'clock and discuss what your solutions are. For your extroverts, they're probably going to come up with something right away, and that's great. That's what we want. You will want to have a few solutions in mind yourself before you just put it out there and not have any ideas of what you want to accomplish. So think in advance of what you want to accomplish. How do you want this to turn out? And that's going to really help you. All right, so after your solutions are outlined, this is the next point that is the most important. Number 5. This is the one we leave out. What if this doesn't work? What if we try these ideas and they don't work? You know, we've gotten up our courage. We've had this conversation. We've done a great job presenting to the person that we're talking with. And we think, shoo, that's over. I'm so glad that's over. Now what? You know, now I don't have to deal with that. But you know what? Sometimes the solutions that we've come up with aren't working. The person didn't follow through. So we need to set up a date and a time to talk now. Maybe it's going to be in 2 weeks. Maybe it's going to be in a month. And you're going to ask them, if you're in my shoes and this continues, what would you do then? So you want to come up with a few solutions, ideas now of the next step if this isn't working. Sometimes it's consequences. Be sure and have those outlined. Sometimes they know they haven't given all that they should to solving the situation, and they'll come up with their own ideas of what should happen, consequences. You may be surprised. I know I could tell one on myself here. I did this with a daughter, a 16-year-old, one of my daughters, and she was dating a college guy. And I didn't allow my daughters, I have 5 girls, I didn't allow them to date college guys when they were in high school. And so the sisters kind of told on her. So we got in the car and we drove to a park and we sat in the parking lot, and I said, so it's come to my attention, I'm out of town a lot. You know, we have a lot of trust between us, and you have a lot of liberty, so that's agreement. It's come to my attention that you've been seeing a college guy. Well, the tears started flowing. She knew she was caught. And so I said, you know what? I'm really frustrated. I thought I could trust you. There's a lot of trust between us, and I want to keep that. So if you were the mom, what would you do? And she said, well, he probably wouldn't let me date for a while. I'm like, that's a good idea. That's a really good idea. I agree with you. I think that's a good solution. So then I said, you know, let's follow up on this. Let's talk again. And if find out that you're still contacting this guy, what do you think we should do then? If you were the mom, how would you handle it? Well, I'd probably take away my cell phone and my car. Sounds like a good idea. I agree with you. So we'll go with that plan. So it worked out really well. It wasn't a huge argument. I was prepared. I wasn't as emotional as I would have been if I had not prepared the conversation. So I hope that you'll take some time, figure out how you want to handle this for your situation. Give me a call, shoot me an email, let me know how I can help.